5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Can you guys hear me? I hope you can, because this mic sounds like it's on, but yes. All right, cool. Hi, guys. My name is Jason Joseph. This, of course, is Play-by-Play with JJ, where we do almost every single Phillies game, Sixers, Flyers, and Patriots content as well. Boy, what a day it was for me. It was cool, but it's been a little bit out of sorts. I took a nice little nap today, and now we're all ready to go. All right, so the Phillies will send Aaron Nola on the mound, and they're going to be facing Drew Smyly. And we'll talk a little bit about Drew Smyly in a little bit, but Aaron Nola, we all know what type of Aaron Nola we're going to get today, but it'll be interesting to see what the Phillies will be able to do when it comes to the bats, because he needs offense. And so, even if he's pitching a really good game, the bats really do have to show up today, for sure. But in regards to Nola, what type of Nola are we going to get? Are we going to get an ace Aaron Nola, who's going to go out there and mow down batters and go 7 strong innings and get you 10 strikeouts? Or are we going to get a poor outing from Aaron Nola, where he goes only 3 innings and he allows 7 runs? Or he'll go 5 innings and he'll allow like 6 runs in the 4th. I don't know. But it'll be very interesting, and I'm curious to see how Rob Thompson deals with how Aaron is doing and that type of a thing. I want to make sure that I say hi to everybody that's on here. Let me make this fuller. There we go. Seriously, Larry says, took a nap myself and missed you on that podcast. Oh, it's all right, dude. What's up, Eddie? Thanks for coming on here, man. Well, thanks for coming on here, Larry. Thanks for coming on here, Lucky. 3 Dog Nation, I think, was on here too. Yes, I want to make sure that I thank you all for coming up over here. All right, so we're going to be doing things a little bit different today. I mean, it's not really too much different, but I will say that the one thing that I'm really trying to work on is expanding my vocabulary. So I am going to be utilizing different types of terms when I talk about things and try to take a little bit of my time, because I want to experiment with something. And in order for me to get better at something, I got to try something new. So, yes, I was on with Snowman today, and I did a little interview from the 2:30 to 3 o'clock hour. So you guys can definitely go check that out. Please go subscribe to Snowman Multimedia and make sure that you give him a lot of love and support, because he's been putting out some really awesome content. And he does his morning show. He also does his afternoon show almost every day. The morning show is going to be a little bit different. And then after we're done tonight, okay, he's doing the baseball game. He's doing the Yankees-A's baseball game. So let's give him some love. All right? Let's be sure that we do that. All right, so let's go over the starting line for tonight's game for the Phillies. So Kyle Schwarber will be leading things off. Trey Turner batting behind him. Nick Castellanos in the 3-hole. Bryce Harper in the 4 spot. JT batting 5th. Alec Boehm is hitting 6th. Josh Harrison in 7th. Edmundo Sosa batting 8th. And Christian Pache batting 9th. And they'll be facing Drew Smyly. And in 82.2 innings this season, Drew Smyly, his ERA has been a little bit high. And hitters are really doing a good job at making him work. We'll get to more of his numbers in just a few seconds. But the first pitch is a curveball that's on the upper third of the strike zone for a called strike. Schwarber hitting 185 with 20 homers and 42 RBI. The pitch outside. Smyly gets the signs. Kick, steals, and it's below the knees. In 82.2 innings, Drew Smyly has allowed 26 walks, 11 homers, 31 earned runs. As the next pitch is on the inside corner for a called strike. And he also has 69 strikeouts, along with a 7-4 record. 2-2. Smyly kicks, fires, And it's a called strike 3 at the knees. A knuckle curve that was just at the knees, and Smiley framed it perfectly. A picture-perfect frame. And Schwarber goes down looking. Seriously, Larry says, Snowman's content is funny. It is. It really is. He's, and I don't just say these things, guys. I mean, you know, like when I check these people out and I see the work that they're putting in, it's unbelievable. Here's Trey Turner, who sends a fly ball out to right field. Morel gets underneath it, and he'll make the catch for the second out. 2 up, 2 down for Drew Smiley and the Chicago Cubs. So we'll get to the defensive lineup right now as Nick Castellanos comes up to the plate. So behind the plate is Yan Gomes. On the bump is Drew Smiley. Over at first base for the Cubs is Cody Bellinger. At second base, we got Nico Horner. The third baseman is Nick Madrigal. First pitch, downstairs. And then over at shortstop is Dansby Swanson. Smiley kicks, fires, swing and a miss. In the left field, it'll be Ian Happ. The outfield's a little bit different tonight. So Morel not playing in center. He goes over to right. Talkman is playing out in center tonight, and Happ is in left. 1-1 to Castellanos, the former Cub. The pitch on the outside corner. Nobody on, 2 outs in the top of the first inning. 1-2 to Nick Castellanos, who's batting .312 on the season. The 1-2 delivery. Ground ball and bobbled by Drew Smiley, who throws over to first base, and Castellanos beats out the throw. It took Smiley a couple of seconds to find the baseball, and I believe it'll go down as an infield single, but he knocked it down and then was like, where did it go? Had to step off the mound for a quick second, found the baseball, and give Castellanos credit for hustling down the first base line to beat that one out. And that will extend the inning for Bryce Harper. Harper takes it way outside for ball 1. It scored as an error? Okay. Thanks for the heads up. The 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. It was on a knuckle curve. That was below the knees. That's a tough play. I don't know if I'd call it an error, but it is ruled as an error. Yep, it's ruled as an error. You're right. That was just a tough play. The 1-1 was on the outside corner at the knees for a called strike to Harper. Lefties are hitting .299 off of Smiley, while righties are hitting .234. The 1-2 delivery, laid off. So it's an E1 that they scored as right now. We're scoreless in the top of the first. 2-2. Smiley kicks, fires, and that pitch is just below the knees. Well, you like seeing Harper being a little bit more patient and not swinging after those tough pitches, because he's been chasing after a lot of pitches lately. Payoff pitch coming right up. Smiley has to take a second to reset as time is called. Home plate umpire Jose Navas. First base umpire Mike Machlinski. Over at second base we got Quinn Wolcott, and the third base ump is Junior Valentine. 8 seconds left on the pitch clock. Smiley kicks, fires the payoff pitch. Ground ball foul down the first base line. And Harper will still be in the batter's box. His batting average has gone down to .279. And he hasn't homered since May 25th. Smiley at the belt, and the payoff pitch. Fly ball, foul, and it will go into the stands. Castellanos was running to second base, and now has to go back to first. 7 pitches in this at-bat as Harper continues to fight. A little bit more clear today as the skies are. It was really foggy, and the air quality control yesterday was not so good. 3-2 to Harper. Smiley with the payoff pitch. Up high for ball 4, and Harper goes over to first. So that puts 2 runners on base. And Castellanos goes to second. Nice at-bat by Bryce Harper. Seriously, Larry says, should have been out of the inning on 10 pitches. To be honest with you, that error, that was honestly a tough play. I can't really knock him for that. Smiley will throw a curveball to Realmuto, and Realmuto takes that one all the way. Runners at first and second, 2 outs. The 0-1 on the inside corner for a called strike. Good cutter that was thrown by Smiley. He went with a curveball and a cutter. Those 2 pitches have been his bread and butter tonight so far. 0-2. Smiley kicks, fires, and JT holds the trigger as it was a breaking ball, low and away. JT hitting .252 with 8 home runs and 28 RBI. Also has an OBP of 310. Castellanos at second, Harper at first, 2 outs in the top of the first. The 1-2 swing and a miss. And JT goes down on strikes. The side is retired. No runs, 2 men left. We go to the bottom of the first as the Cubs are coming up to bat. Phillies could not get a run. Okay. All right, guys. So, yes, thank you all so much for joining me. I hope all is well, and I hope you're all having yourselves a great day. All right, let's make sure that we update this. Okay, good. Nice. Good. All right, so let's go over the starting lineup for the Cubs, the Cubbies. All right, so Tauchman will lead things off. He's playing in center field. Nico Horner batting second. Over at second base, Christopher Morel, the power-hitting outfielder, is in right field today, and he's batting third. Ian Happ, the switch hitter, batting fourth in the cleanup spot, and he's playing in left field. The shortstop, Dansby Swanson, will be batting fifth. Cody Bellinger right behind him over at first base. Right behind him, batting sixth, Yan Gomes, the seventh hole hitter. He is catching today. And Jared Young will be the designated hitter. So no Trey Mancini and no Patrick Wisdom. Young hitting eighth, and Nick Madrigal will round things up, batting ninth over at third base. So it's Tauchman, Horner, Morel, Happ, Swanson, Bellinger, Gomes, Young, and Madrigal. And who will they be facing? Well, it'll be none other than Aaron Nola. And Nola this season has gone 100 innings of work. He is 6-5 in 8 quality starts. He's completed 6 games, or he's started in 6 games, I should say. And he's allowed 82 hits, 15 homers, and 49 earned runs. So the home run ball has definitely continued to be an issue for Aaron Nola, as he has allowed a homer in at least his last 6 games. So, keep the ball down is really the main key. So, he has to go deep today. And, the 98 strikeouts is great, but the ERA is just a little bit up high. It's at 4.38. And that's just because he'll have some really good outings, and he'll start off strong, and then he'll just have that one inning where, he'll give up a couple of base runners, and then he loses his confidence. Tauchman hitting 276 on the season as he gets the start out in center field, and he's batting leadoff. And he takes a four-seam fastball on the outside corner for a called strike. Nola with the 0-1, or up high. Mike Tauchman has been around Major League Baseball. He's been around to a whole lot of ball clubs, including the Yankees, the Giants, and even more teams. The 1-1, fouled off. He's 32 years old, from Palatine, Illinois. Started off his career with the Colorado Rockies in 2017, and then went to the Yankees in 2019. The 1-2, fouled off. One ball, two strikes to Mike Tauchman. Nola kicks, fires the pitch. Swing and a miss. 95 miles per hour on the gun. It was on the upper third of the strike zone, and Tauchman could not catch up to the high heater thrown by Nola. It's about locating the fastball for him and trying to utilize all the other pitches that are in his toolbook. His toolbox, I should say. Horner is due up, and he fouls the first pitch into the stands. He's hitting .282 with 5 homers and 40 RBI. He's driven in a lot of runs for the Cubs and has really continued to show a lot of great progress over the years. What is up, Corey Cooper? Thanks for coming on here, man. The 0-1 bouncer hit over to third base. Sosa throw is high, but Bohm keeps his foot on the bag and gets Horner out. 2 away. Good stride by Alec Bohm, utilizing his entire frame and stretching it out just to get the baseball and catch it for the second out. Had to jump a little bit. 2 away, and Christopher Morel is coming up. He went 0 for 4 last night. Takes a called strike at the knees on the inside corner at 94. Morel now hitting .276 with 13 home runs and 30 RBI. He got red hot when he got called up to the Cubs. The 0-1, another chopper hit over to third base. Sosa throws on the run over to first. That time it's a little bit lower, and Bohm is able to catch it for out number 3. A 1-2-3 inning for the Cubs, and we go to the top of the second inning as we are scoreless at Wrigley Field. Okay. Great. Danny, DraftKings says he was safe. At first base, he wasn't safe, dude. He was out. Oh, boy. If you guys are brand new to my channel, do not forget to hit the like button. Do not forget to subscribe. And hit that bell icon too. We also now have the Super Chat feature. So if you guys would like to donate to the channel, please make sure that you give away some Super Chats and that type of thing. We got one yesterday, and unfortunately I didn't realize it because I wasn't, because Restream doesn't show Super Chats. So that's why I also have YouTube open on another page too. Because I'd like to make sure that I know if somebody does donate and get that notification, because I want to be able to thank you guys. I got to give a shout out to Ryzen Rhino who did that yesterday, man. Ryzen Rhino, you're the man, dude. And I can't thank you enough for being my first person who gave away a super chat. That's awesome. Continuing to grow the channel and continuing to do more things and grow the family, which is what we try to do on here, man. That's just what we try to do. We got 23 people on here. Awesome. Let's take a quick sip of water. Seriously, Larry says, I'm so poor I can't even pay attention. I like that. I like that. You definitely don't have to donate any money, Larry. You definitely don't have to do that. All right. 6, 7, 8 due up in the top of the second. Boom. Take that pitch up the ladder. The 1-0 by Smiley. Just on the inside corner, but it looked like it was a little bit off the plate. But regardless, it is a called strike. One ball, one strike. Smiley kicks, steals the pitch. Line drive into center field for a base hit, and it drops right in front of Mike Tauchman. And Bohm will stay put over at first. It kind of jammed Alec Bohm on the hands a little bit, and he was able to flare that one into the outfield. Got the barrel on it. And there is the first base hit for the Phillies tonight. Here comes Josh Harrison. And Harrison takes that one low. Harrison's playing over at second base as Bryson Stott has the day off. Or the night off, I should say. Lots of lefties on the bench. The 1-0 delivery. On the inside corner at the knees. Harrison hitting .220 with 1 homer and 8 RBI. Smiley, the former Philly, on the hill for the Cubs. Throws a fastball, and it's swung on and missed. Smiley did play for a season with the Phillies. One and two to Harrison. Smiley kicks, steals. And it's just a hair inside. Smiley, now 34 years old, from Little Rock, Arkansas. The 2-2 to Harrison. Ground ball hit over to shortstop, backhanded by Swanson. Throw over the second base, and Bohm is out. Good play by Madrigal just to try to keep his foot on the bag as he had to dive for the baseball because the throw was a little bit wide, and Swanson had to make that throw in motion. It was a tough play, though, by Swanson. He did take away a base hit and made a really good fielding play. That will go down as a 6-4 fielder's choice. And there's one out. Edmundo Sosa will step up to the plate. First pitch inside. Sosa did have a triple the last time he started. That was against the Mets. Throw it back over to first, not in time. Smiley wanted to just throw it towards the bag. Phillies are 41-37 on the season. And the Cubs are 37-40. The 1-0, swing and a miss. That fastball came in at 91 miles per hour. Smiley started off his career with the Tigers. Played 3 seasons with them. And then played 3 seasons with the Rays. And he played for Texas, Philadelphia, San Francisco, Atlanta, and now the Cubs. The pitch on the inside corner. 10 seconds left on the pitch clock. A runner over at first in the top of the second. And the 1-2 goes out of play as it's fouled off. "34 pitches for Drew Smyly so far. Last time around, he got the win against the Pirates and pitched 5 scoreless innings. The 1-2. There's a high fly ball drilled out to deep left field. It's going back to the track to the wall, and Edmundo Sosa hits a 2-run homer. The Phillies come out on top, and they strike first. The 5th home run of the season for Edmundo Sosa, and it's 2-0 Philadelphia in the top of the second inning. Smyly just throws a meatball right down the center of the plate, and Edmundo Sosa, gotta tell you, his power is so underrated, and just got a hold of that thing and crushed it. Absolutely crushed it. Phillies take a 2-0 lead on a 2-run home run by Sosa. Christian Pache fouls the first pitch off. So Harrison was the one that came in to score. He got on with the fielder's choice after Bohm singled. The 0-1 up high and inside. Smyly gets the signs and fires away. Another pitch that is downstairs and inside. Danny DraftKings says, "Woo woo. Let's go, baby. Let's go." 2 balls, 1 strike. Smyly again at the belt. And Pache rounds this one past the third base bag. It actually got underneath the glove, and it goes out in the left field. It was a hot shot, and Christian Pache gets on with a single. Man, he just drilled that thing over to third base, and nothing that Nick Madrigal could do about that, as it was a hot shot hit back over to third. And Pache almost lost his footing. Couldn't even keep that one in front of him, and for now it'll be ruled as a single. And there's still 1 out. What is up, Donna? Let's go, Phillies. Even if he would have put his body out in front of it, I think that he probably would have been able to knock it down. But it was just hit so sharply. Time is called. We have a timeout on the mound here, but the Phillies do lead it 2-0, and we flip the lineup card for Kyle Schwarber. They do rule it as a base hit. All right, so Schwarber's up, and he swings and misses at the knuckle curve. Eddie wants to know, did I listen to classic rock or disco? I like both, man. I love classic rock. I like disco. I like all types of music. 0-1, the kick and the next pitch. Lay it off. Well, this season, Smyly has thrown 49% of a knuckle curve every time he's out there, 42% of the sinker, and 9% of the cutter. The 1-1 delivery. Downstairs, and maybe a hair outside. Trey Turner waits on deck. He flew out to right field. 2-1 to Schwarber. who's 30 years old. And he drills that pitch down the first base line. It is a foul ball, though. That's where it all started for Kyle. Won a World Series here. Got to do it with Chris Bryant and Javier Baez and Anthony Rizzo and so many others. David Ross, too. 2-2. Lay it off. It was a curveball that was down low and in the dirt. So the Phillies lead it 2-0. As Edmundo Sosa hit a 2-run home run to start off the top of the second inning. Over at first right now is Christian Pache with 1 out. And we're still in the top of the second. 44 pitches by Smiley. 22 in this inning alone. Payoff pitch. Here it comes to Schwarber. Ground ball foul once again as it goes towards the tarp. Down the first base side. Wendy Wynn says, thanks for calling the game, bro. Your play-by-play is pretty great. I subbed. Wendy Wins, thanks for coming on here, man. We do Phillies games almost every single day. We also do 76ers basketball. We do Patriots football and Flyers hockey. Schwarber had to get a new bat. I think his bat broke. And he had to go towards the on-deck circle just to get the bat from Trey Turner. So that's why we have a little timeout here. Schwarber grew up in Middletown, Ohio. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Kyle Schwarber. Smiley kicks, fires the pitch. Line drive, hit back up the middle, caught. And the throw back to first is not in time. Schwarber hit it sharply. It was just right at Dansby Swanson as he hit it right on the nose. And Pache got back in there safely at first. Well, you can't say that he didn't hit it hard because he did. But there's 2 outs. And Trey Turner, the next victim for Drew Smiley. Phillies really struggled last season at Wrigley Field. But they were able to win last night's game. And Trey Turner waves at the first pitch. Trey is 0 for 1. He flew out in the first. It's to right field. Pache at first base. The 0-1 swing and a miss. Another pitch that was in the dirt. And Trey could not catch up to it. No balls, 2 strikes to Turner, 2 outs in the top of the second inning. Phillies have a 2-0 lead in Chicago. The 0-2. Fly ball, hit out to right center field, and it's going to drop in for a base hit. Pache will go over to third base. It's fielded by Morel, and he throws it into the cutoff man, and it puts runners at the corners. Well, Kyle Schwarber hit a missile over to shortstop, and Trey Turner gets on, though, this time with a bloop single out to right center field. Sometimes it's not about how hard you hit the baseball. It's just about where you put it some of the time. Runners at the corners for Nick Castellanos, and he will be the 7th man to come up to the plate. What is up, HD? Thanks for coming on here as always, man. We love and appreciate you. Throw back to first, not in time. Cody Bellinger trying to keep Trey Turner in check. Castellanos reached on an error in the first inning, and he's hitting .311 with 9 homers and 45 RBI. Castellanos swings and misses at the knuckle curve. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. We just reached it 2 days ago. Well, 3 days ago. It was on Sunday. 50 total pitches by Smiley as the Phillies are making his pitch count go up. The 0-1 fly ball hit out to left field. That's going back to the track, to the wall, and it hits off the top of the wall, but it's ruled as a home run. A 3-run home run by Nick Castellanos. It just went over the fence. And the Phillies lead it 5-0 in the top of the second inning. Lightning strikes for Philadelphia. It was sort of like the same pitch that was thrown to Edmundo Sosa, and Castellanos did not miss a beat on it. Just got over the fence and right in front of the mind drink sign. Harper due up next, and he takes the first pitch outside. Phillies have scored 5 runs in this inning so far. And the 8th man to come up to the plate is Bryce Harper. The 1-0 to Bryce. Outside again. A cutter at 84 for ball 2. Harper walked in the first and put up a very good at-bat, an 8-pitch at-bat to Smiley. The 2-0 fly ball hit out to shallow left field. Happ gets underneath it, goes over to his right, and makes the catch for the 3rd and final out of the inning. The Phillies get 5 runs, though, on a 2-run homer by Edmundo Sosa and a 3-run home run by Nick Castellanos. And we go to the bottom of the second inning, a 5-run cushion for Aaron Nola. Okay. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Nice. That was beautiful. Man, I wish that the Castellanos home run call was a little bit better, but I forgot that there's a net out in left field, so if it goes over the net, it's obviously a home run. So, seriously, Larry says, can we play the Cubs every game? Corey Cooper says, man, love listening to this. Miss Jersey. Love from Montana. This is what we do, man. This is how we do things. We practice our calls. We try to get better. We call games for our favorite teams, and we get people to come on and join the conversation. Thank you. I really do appreciate that. Gabe says that we just hit 20 likes. That's awesome, guys. That's really great. If you guys are brand new to my channel, my name is Jason Joseph. Okay, this is Play-by-Play with JJ. I graduated from Rowan University last year. Called games for Rowan University men's basketball, women's basketball, baseball, softball. Even did some football and some hockey, too, while I was there as well, and soccer. But I also did Wilmington Blue Rocks games and Delaware Blue Coats games as well. Had an internship with both of those organizations and called games for them. And have just been coming on here for 6 months now, just calling games for the teams that we love. The baseball is still out there that Nick Castellanos hit out to left field. It is like in between the fence and the ivy. The ivy that's in the back of left field. All righty. Yeah, Gary changed his name. First pitch to Ian Happ is taken all the way at the knees for a called strike. Aaron Nola threw 9 pitches in the first inning and got himself a 1-2-3 inning. The 0-1 popped up behind the plate. Actually goes over towards the third base side, and it goes well out of play. We're in the bottom of the second inning. Phillies are 20-23 on the road. And I saw a tweet today. Can't remember who sent out the tweet, but the Phillies have the same record that they do as last year. The pitch outside. Larry says, I hear the sky is larger in Montana. Oh boy. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The next pitch, lined foul over towards the first base tarp. I didn't know that Reynolds Wrap did tarps. I had no idea. Huh. I know that they do aluminum foil, but I didn't know that they did tarps. Maybe they just sponsor them. The 1-2 pitch. A called strike 3 on the upper third of the strike zone. The second strikeout of the day for Aaron Nola. He struck out Talkman And this time, he strikes out Happ. 1 away. So Tauchman struck out to lead off the bottom of the first, and Happ strikes out to lead off the bottom of the second. Aaron Nola is tied 8th on the Phillies list in most starts as a Philly. First pitch to Swanson is below the knees for a ball. Swanson hitting .267 now. He's been getting red hot. The 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. Ranger Suarez, who was on the mound last night for the Phillies, was absolutely dominant and went 7 strong innings. Only allowed 1 earned run. That was really his responsibility, but it was surrendered by Gregory Soto. On ball, 1 strike. Nola kicks, fires. It's fouled off. But Swanson, lifetime against Ranger Suarez, was 2 for 18 coming into that matchup yesterday. He's behind in the count here, 1-2. Nola kick, steals the pitch, check, swing, foul ball, and it goes right behind the net, behind home plate. What is up, Jacqueline? Thanks for coming on here, as always. I appreciate it. Hello. Hi. On deck is Cody Bellinger, the former Dodger. Swanson signed a big 7-year contract with the Cubs in the offseason. And the Braves were able to keep Arcia. The 1-2 in the dirt and a little bit wide. Swanson has 8 homers, and he's driven in 34 runs. 2-2 pitch. Wide again, and it's now a full count. He's tied with Seiya Suzuki and Nico Horner for second place in doubles on the team. Each of them have 13. Payoff pitch by Nola. Downstairs and inside. And Swanson draws a 1-out walk. It's only the 20th walk issued by Aaron Nola. Forgot to mention that with the Happ strikeout, Aaron Nola just got his 100th strikeout of the season. Eddie wants to know if I made any mistakes during a broadcast. Of course. I made a lot of mistakes yesterday. I make mistakes all the time. Here's Bellinger as he takes the first pitch at the knees. It was a knuckle curve for a called strike on the outside corner. They're just showing a replay of Cole Hamels throwing a no-hitter. His last outing before he was traded by the Phillies. The 0-1 pitch inside. They also showed the Odubel Herrera catch that he made out in center field. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bohm trying to keep Swanson in check over at first. The pitch, swing, and a miss. I mean, Cody Bellinger went fishing after a knuckle curve that was inside, but in the dirt. Larry says, Jacqueline, join the party. 1-2 to Cody, who just came back from the injured list not too long ago. And here's the pitch. There's a fly ball hit out to right field. It jammed Bellinger, and Castellanos doesn't even have to move, and he makes the catch for out number 2. Bellinger thought that maybe it was going to go out, but there's 2 away. 25 pitches by Nola so far. And Yan Gomes is due up. Gomes in at .266 with 7 home runs and 24 RBI. And he swings and misses at the knuckle curve that is low but it's a strike. Yan Gomes, 35 years old now. He'll be 36 on July 19th. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs in the bottom of the second. Phillies have a 5-0 lead, and the 0-1 is fouled off. He is 7 for 21 lifetime against Aaron Nola, and he's hit 2 dingers off of him. He's also struck out 7 times. No balls, 2 strikes to Yan Gomes. Nola kick steals, and that pitch is wide and downstairs. Excuse me. Gomes in last night's game against the Phillies went hitless. The last time he got a hit was on Saturday against the Cardinals. Got a pair of hits that day and drove in a run. 1-2. Nola kick steals, and the next pitch is fouled off, and it goes behind the first base dugout. Gomes spent a majority of his career with the Cleveland Indians from 2013 to 2018. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The next pitch, ground ball back up the middle, fielded on a hop by Josh Harrison, who throws over to first in time, and Gomes is retired. No runs, 1 man left, and now we go to the top of the 3rd inning. Phillies have a 5-0 lead in Chicago at Wrigley Field. Okay. All right, guys, we go to the top of the 3rd inning. So today is Wednesday, June 28th. And we have to make sure that we wish the following people a happy birthday. It's time for the birthdays of the day. All right, but before we do that, please make sure that you hit that thumbs up button, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well, and give your boy JJ some love and support, man. Okay, so happy birthday to the following people. John Elway. John Elway. He is 63 years old on this day, June 28th. June 28th, 1960. That's when he was born. Happy birthday to Chuck Howley, who was born in 1936. So Chuck would have been 97. Don Baylor, born in 1949 on this day. Wow. 74. And Mark Race, who was born in 1964. Happy birthday to him. And Bradley Beal. Happy birthday to Bradley Beal. Wanted the Sixers to try to get him, but that unfortunately will not happen. So happy birthday to all of those people as we go to the top of the 3rd inning. Phillies lead at 5-0. They got 2 runs on a homer by Edmundo Sosa. And then they got a 3-run home run from Nick Castellanos. Can they try to add on some more runs for Nola? That remains to be seen. It'll be 5, 6, and 7 due up for the Phils as JT takes the first pitch inside and in the dirt. Smiley's still on the hill for the Cubs. The 1-0 fly ball hit out to right field. Coming in, though, and making the catch is Christopher Morel, as it was hit pretty sharply. But there's 1 away. So JT is now 0 for 2. He struck out in the first, flied out in the 3rd. Alec Bohm was the one that started off the rally, the 5-run rally in the 2nd inning, as 8 men came up to the plate. He got on with a single. First pitch, a sinker, taken all the way for a called strike. Larry says, I traded a crumble cookie for Tobias Harris. He's here on my couch. 0-1, fly ball hit out to right field. On the run is Morel, and he makes the diving catch. Oh, nope, he lost it. Oh, he lost it. I thought he had it, but he lost it, and now Bohm gets on with a single. I think that the wire was in the way of my vision, but Morel could not finish off the catch. And now Bohm gets on once again. It was towards the right field side, and Morel tried to make the diving catch, and it actually went underneath his glove. But it was really hard to tell in real time because of the wire. So a one-out single for Alec Bohm, and Josh Harrison comes back up, and he stares at a fastball for a called strike. Harrison hitting .217. He's slugging .277. The 0-1 popped up out to shallow right field in foul territory, and it goes out of play. Harrison was able to record the last out of the inning. That was in the bottom of the second inning. The 0-2 pitch, ground ball, hit over to third base, and the throw over to first is in plenty of time as Josh Harrison slipped. There seems to be a problem with the right side of the batter's box, as it's like not the first time that anybody has slipped over there. But going over to second is Alec Bohm, so Madrigal fielded it on 2 hops. Harrison had his back foot as he was trying to rotate it. He was just caught slipping again. It's like the third time today that between both teams a hitter has stumbled out of that side of the batter's box. Edmundo Sosa is the next victim for Drew Smyly. He takes the first pitch for a called strike. Bohm is in scoring position. 2 outs in the top of the third. Phillies have a 5-0 lead. And the 0-1. It's taken up high at the eye level. So now they're showing where the dirt is, and I guess they're trying to do an explanation on NBC Sports. Don't know. 1-1. The pitch by Sosa, fouled off again. Good cutter thrown by Drew Smyly. Sosa homered his last time up. It was his 5th homer of the season, and he drove in his 16th and 17 RBI. We're in the top of the third inning. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Smyly kicks, steals, and there's a chopper fouled off towards the third base dugout. Hope you're all having yourselves a fantastic night wherever you guys are. Pretty nice crowd at Wrigley Field. The 1-2 fouled back. That is definitely a spot that I have to go. I would love to go to Wrigley Field, for sure. There's the Marquee Sports Network sign out towards the right field wall. I didn't realize this, but in right field it is 353 feet towards the far right field corner. The pitch upstairs for ball 2. Cubs are 7-3 over their last 10 games. They've been playing pretty good baseball overall. Split the series in London against the Cardinals. The 2-2 slapped foul once again. Sosa has 40 hits and 166 at-bats this season. Two and two. 7 pitches in this at-bat. 4 of them have been fouled off by Sosa. The pitch up high again. And Sosa has worked his way up to a full count. Christian Pache waits on deck. Already 69 pitches have been thrown by Drew Smyly. Give the Phillies a lot of credit for making them work. The payoff pitch. Fouled off. Danny says these teams cheat with their ballparks. I just had no idea that right field was that. The right field corner was that close. I thought it was a little bit further away. It's a little weird. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the top of the third. The payoff pitch again. It's popped up towards the infield. Madrigal calls off Swanson and makes the catch right in front of the second base bag for out number 3. No runs. Bohm left at second base, and we go to the bottom of the third inning. Phillies have a 5-0 lead in Chicago against the Cubs. What's up, Aiden? How you doing, man? Thanks for coming on here as always. Alrighty, so Sosa pops out over to second base. Here we go. It was a good at-bat by Sosa, but, I mean, he fouled it. The pop-up wasn't so good, but it is what it is. All right, guys, so it is time for the fun fact of the day. All right. First of all, if you guys are brand new to my channel, my name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. Hit that thumbs up button, hit that like button, hit the smash button, hit the subscribe button, not the smash button. Smash the like button, smash the subscribe button. Algo people, where you guys at? Do your thing, man. Do your thing. If you guys enjoy this content, I give it to you guys for free. Come show your love and support for the channel. That's all we ask. All right, so today is June 28th. All right. So on June 28th of 2008, all right, the Dodgers squeezed out a 1-0 win over the Angels at Dodger Stadium. And they collected hits off of Jared Weaver in 6 innings and Jose Arredondo in 2 innings. The Dodgers scored the lone run of the day in the 5th. Matt Kemp reaches base on an error as Weaver fumbles a slow spinning roller between the mound and the first base line, and the catcher at the time, Jeff Mathis, commits a throwing error on a stolen base attempt, and Kemp moves from first to third. Kemp then crosses the plate on Blake DeWitt's sac fly, and the Angels lift Weaver for a pinch hitter in the 7th after he throws 97 pitches. That's crazy. Huh. That's what happened on this day. Okay. Interesting. All right, so Young is due up. It's Jared Young. So 8, 9, and 1 come up for the Cubs. It's his first Major League Baseball game since September 24th of 2022. The 0-1. At the knees, a knuckle curve for a called strike. Dizzy Mage. JJ, seriously, what more needs to be seen from Harrison? Stop the wasted roster spot. DFA. 0-2. And there's a fly ball hit out to right field. That ball is long gone. So how about Jared Young in his first at-bat since 2022? He hits a home run off of Aaron Nola. And the Cubs are on the board. That thing was crushed out to right center field. Fans are standing at Wrigley Field. Man, the power and the extension on that pitch. Whew. That was almost as far as Marsh's homer yesterday, the first one that he had. Another home run that Aaron Nola has allowed. That's now at least 9 consecutive games that he's allowed a home run, according to my counting. Here comes Nick Madrigal, who takes the first pitch outside. The next pitch is fouled off. Yeah, Dizzy, man. I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know. It's tough. I'd rather have Stott. I agree with that. The pitch. It's a knuckle curve at the knees for a called strike. I agree with it too. It's just I don't know if I'd DFA him, but what do I know? One and two. Nola kicks, deals, and the next pitch. Another fastball that was laid up there, and it's hit out to center field. Pache on the run, and he makes the catch. And Madrigal flies out to center. Was hit pretty hard. One away in the bottom of the third inning. First pitch to Mike Tauchman is on the outside corner. So I forgot in the last game that Aaron Nola did pitch against the Braves. He only gave up 2 hits, and the home run streak ended. But it was 11 games in a row where he allowed a home run. So I totally forgot about that. So in 12 out of his last 13 games, he has given up at least 1 home run per game. The pitch, swing and a miss. What is up, Tim? Tim says, what is wrong with Nola this year? He's not pitching like an ace this year. Yeah, so far, it's been very shaky from Aaron Nola. Very inconsistent. It's been super streaky. But if this is the only run he gives up, I think then we feel a little bit better. 1 and 2 to Tauchman. The pitch. Rounder hit over to the first base bag. Ball makes the underhanded throw to Nola, and he wins the race to the bag for out number 2. Tough play as it was pulled over towards the first base side. It jammed Tauchman, and Ball made the underhanded throw to Nola for out number 2. We just hit 30 likes. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. Houston to Dave. What is up, man? Thanks for coming on here. Sits down in the JJ Phillies seat with a hot dog, soda, and nachos. Ooh, that sounds good. Nico Horner steps up to the plate. Grounded out in the first. First pitch is inside. Nola gets the signs from JT and fires away on the outside corner for a called strike. Tim, Dave, welcome in, says Larry. Grab your popcorn. It's just getting good. It is getting pretty good. 2 outs. Nobody on in the bottom of the third. The 1-1. It's at the knees again for a called strike, a 92-mile-per-hour sinker. Good job by Nola to frame that one at the knees. I think somebody just got escorted out of the stadium. I don't know why. That's a little weird. The 1-2 broken background ball hit over to shortstop. Turner's not even going to have a throw, and it's an infield single by Nico Horner. I mean, that bat was smashed. Oh, boy. But Turner made the right play by eating it up. It's an infield single by Horner. And, well, the bad news is Christopher Morel comes up. Horner, man, give him a lot of credit for hustling down that first base line. I don't know why those people got escorted out. I'm curious. I'm sure it'll be on the news. The pitch. Outside. Eddie wants to know what my favorite World Series game was. My favorite, I loved Game 7 of the 2016 World Series, but I also loved Game 5 of the 2017 World Series. That was awesome. The 1-0 delivery. Outside and low for ball 2. Game 5 was an all-time classic because it was just back and forth between the Astros and the Dodgers, and that game was so much fun to watch. 2-0 to Morel, who's 0 for 1 today. Grounded out over to third in the first. Throwback over to first by Nola is not in time. Horner just got his hand in there safely. Larry says, drunk, unruly Cubs fans? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if, like, somebody threw the ball or something, but they were showing that it was like a group of people that literally had to be escorted out. 2-0 pitch at the knees for a called strike. Security was there and everything. Larry says, Game 7, 1991, hands down. See, I wasn't alive for that. That was probably a great game, though. The 2-1 by Nola. Fouled off. Game 1 of last year's World Series was fun to watch. That was really good. And Houston to Dave says Game 5 of the 2022 World Series was a big swing game. Yeah. Game 5. 2-2 to Christopher Morel. Nola kicks, steals the pitch. Swing and a miss. On a knuckle curve that was wide. And that'll do it. Christopher Morel strikes out. And the side is retired. But the Cubs do get a run on a solo homer by Jared Young. And we go to the top of the 4th inning. Phillies have a 5-1 lead. Okay. Best World Series ever, says Larry. Huh. I'll have to check it out. Probably heard of what happened. But I don't know, man. I loved Game 7 of the 2016 World Series. That was fun. That was the whole 3-1 season where you had the Warriors down 3-1 against Oklahoma City with Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook. And then you had LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers down 3-1 in the championship of the NBA Finals. And then the Cubs were down 3-1 in the World Series. And then they came back to win. So the Cavs won too. That season was really crazy for sports. Watch the 1991 World Series highlights. You won't regret it. I'm sure I would really, really love it. What's up, doggy? What is up, doggy squad? Thanks for coming on here, man. If you guys are brand new to my channel, my name is Jason Joseph. This, of course, is Play-by-Play with JJ. And now it is time to start giving out our out-of-town scoreboard updates of the day. So the Reds are up 6-4 in the bottom of the 6th inning in Baltimore. Pirates lead at 2-1 against the Padres in the bottom of the 7th. Blue Jays have a 6-1 lead in the bottom of the 8th against the Giants. The Red Sox and Marlins are tied, but they're currently in a rain delay in the top of the 6th. It's 1-1. Brewers taking on the New York Mets, and they're winning 3-2 in the top of the 7th inning. And then the Astros and Cardinals. Cardinals are winning 6-3 in St. Louis in the bottom of the 5th. Rangers have a 6-0 lead in Arlington against the Tigers in the bottom of the 4th. As we go to the top of the 4th here, and Christian Pache is due up, and he swings and misses at the first pitch. Guardians are up 4-0 in Kansas City. It's in the top of the 4th inning, and the Dodgers and Rockies just got started as they are in the bottom of the 2nd, and they're still scoreless. The 0-1 swing and a miss. Oh, boy. Doggy Squad says, broke my phone. Sorry I couldn't make it to the last 2 streams. No, you're good, man. You're totally okay, bro. 0-2. It's a Christian Pache. Pache was on the injured list for a couple of months. So he was starting to get hot. The pitch, downstairs and outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Smiley with the 75th pitch of the evening. And it's a breaking ball for ball 2. 2-2 to Christian Pache in the top of the 4th. Smiley kicks, fires, and it's popped up towards shallow center field. On the run is Talkman as he takes a couple steps towards home plate, stops and catches it for out number 1. So the Phillies are up 5-1 in the top of the 4th inning. They scored all 5 of their runs in the top of the 2nd, thanks to a 2-run homer by Edmundo Sosa and a 3-run homer by Nick Castellanos. The Cubs did get one back, though, in the bottom of the 3rd on a solo homer by Jared Young in his first at-bat since last season. Kyle Schwarber comes up. First pitch is way inside. How about Patrick Corbin today? 7 innings, 9 strikeouts, no earned runs, and 5 hits. 1-0 pitch. Line down the right field line. It is a fair ball. Schwarber will round first. He'll go into second base. Morel gets over there, and Schwarber slides in there safely. A 1-out double for Kyle Schwarber, and he gives the Phillies dugout a thumbs up. There's not really a whole lot of room down that right field line where a ball can be foul. But a good shot by Kyle Schwarber. That thing was absolutely destroyed. It actually bounced and I think hit the side of the wall. But it still ruled as a fair ball. At the bottom side. Trey Turner comes up, 1 out in the top of the 4th. Smiley kicks, steals, and there's a line drive hit back over to third base. Good play, though, and the throw over to first is just in time by Nick Madrigal. Schwarber does go over to third base, though it was hit pretty deep beyond third base, and Madrigal had to react very quickly and did a 180 spin and threw it in motion over to first. 2 outs in the top of the 4th. And Schwarber now at third base. Castellanos comes up. He hit a home run his last time up. First pitch fouled off behind the first base dugout. Francisco Lindor, congratulations to him last night for hitting his 200th career home run. Oh and 1, Smiley kicks, fires, and that pitch was not even close to the strike zone. It was way above the strike zone. What is up, Snowman? How you doing, man? Thanks for coming on here. Guys, please go check out Snowman Multimedia. And after the game, we're all going to go give him some love and support for the A's-Yankees game. The 1-1. Fouled back. The pitch was outside, and Castellanos stayed with it, but just fouled it back towards the screen. Hayden Wesneski is warming up in the bullpen for the Chicago Cubs. Smiley already with 82 pitches in 3 2/3 of an inning. What's up, 6? What is up, Doggy Squad? JJ, I was just at Sea Isle, where I got my Eagles hat signed by Jake Elliott and Jason Kelsey. That's awesome, man. I have a story for you after this pitch. 1-2. Smiley kicks, fires, and it's a breaking ball. Good hold by Castellanos. So a couple of weeks ago, my cousins and I and my dad, we went to go to Devontae Smith's softball home run derby. And we got to see Dallas Goedert. And we got to see a whole lot of other people. Terrell Owens, man, still has it. The 2-2. It is flared out to center field. It's going to be a tough play, and it drops in for a base hit. And coming in to score is Schwarber. The throw over the second base to get Castellanos is not in time. A bloop double by Nick Castellanos. He hit it in no man's land. There were 4 defenders that were out there, and nobody could get there. Ross thought about reviewing it and challenging it, but decides not to. Phillies lead it 6-1 in Chicago. Horner, Swanson, Talkman, and Happ were all out there, and nobody could get to it. You could put the whole team out there, and probably nobody would have found that. And Bryce Harper comes up, 6-1 Philadelphia. And Harper swings and misses at the knuckle curve badly. And it was way in the dirt. I don't know if it's a timing thing with Bryce or what it is, but he's just been chasing after pitches that are nowhere near a strike. The 0-1 to Bryce. Ground ball back up the middle for a base hit. Castellanos rounding third. He'll come in the score, and the Phillies extend their lead 7-1. An RBI single by Bryce Harper. The Phillies will certainly take that. And Castellanos comes into the dugout, and now David Ross has seen enough, as he will pull the plug, and Drew Smyly's day is done. Harper whacked the fastball right down the middle, and I was surprised that Swanson, I remember when he was playing Kyle Schwarber up the middle, and he made a really nice catch, but I was surprised that they decided not to play Harper up the middle. But nonetheless, we have a pitching change, as Bryce Harper gets on with an RBI single, and we'll be back for more Phillies baseball in just a few moments. Nice. 7-1. Oh my gosh, Ezekiel Duran, his 11th home run. That's crazy. Jose Ramirez just hit a grand slam to give the Guardians a 4-0 lead. Wow. If you guys are new to my channel, do not forget to hit that like button. Do not forget to subscribe. Algo people, do your thing, man. I love you all so much, and I can't thank you all enough for being on here. And we just want to continue to grow the family, man. Hopefully we can get to 610 subscribers pretty soon. That's what we're on our way to do. If you guys want to donate to the channel, you can feel free to hit the Super Chat button. We had our first person to Super Chat last night, and that was Rising Rhino. And I, unfortunately, didn't see it in real time because I didn't get the notification on I don't get it on Restream, so I have to be sure that I always check the app, or the chat, I should say, down below. Let me make sure I do that. Okay, good. All right, so I don't have any donations yet. All right, good. I don't want to miss anything. Harper, we love you. Harper, we love you. That's exactly correct. We love you. We all do. Just want you to succeed, man. That's why Philly fans are tough in the first place, because we want what's best for our players. That's how it goes. Oh, boy. 2 runs in the top of the 4th so far for the Phils, and they scored 5 in the 2nd. In case you guys are tuning in, Phillies are up 7-1. They got 5 runs in the 2nd on a 2-run homer by Edmundo Sosa and a 3-run homer by Nick Castellanos. And the Cubs would then get one back in the bottom of the 3rd on a solo homer by Jared Young. And then in the top of the 4th, the Phillies so far have had an answer. They've scored 2 runs on an RBI bloop double by Nick Castellanos and an RBI single back up the middle by Bryce Harper. So JT Realmuto steps up to the dish as Wisniewski is now coming out to pitch. And JT's first pitch is downstairs for a ball. JT's 0 for 2 today. He had the day off yesterday. So we got 2 days off. The 1-0 wide for ball 2. Hayden Wisniewski, in 13 games this season, he has a 5.13 ERA. He's gone 54 innings, has 44 strikeouts, 13 walks, and, well, he's been struggling as of lately for the Cubs. 2 balls, no strikes. The pitch way up high, and so far Wisniewski can't even find the strike zone. And it's a 3-0 count now. So remember, Smiley is still responsible for Harper, who's over at first. 3-0 pitch, right at the knees as JT had the red light, and he takes it all the way for a called strike. Wisniewski gets the signs, kicks, fires, and that pitch is down low and way inside for ball 4. Harper goes over to second, and JT goes over to first. And Alec Bohm is the next victim. 6 men have come up to the plate in the 4th inning. The Phillies sent 8 men in the 2nd. Bohm led off the 2nd inning with a single. First pitch, up high again for a ball. 5 balls and only 1 strike thrown by Wisniewski as Bohm took it upstairs. Bohm also did single in the 3rd inning too. He has 7 homers and 47 RBI. The 1-0 delivery on the outside corner. A sinking fastball at 93 on the gun. Dizzy Mega says this may get ugly. This guy is all over the place. Love it. And Larry says when he's this wild, you take a strike. The 1-1 popped up out to center field. And Tauchman finally comes in a little bit, and he makes the catch for out number 3. It was up there, but Bohm got underneath it. The Phillies do, however, get 2 more runs on an RBI bloop single, or bloop double, I should say, by Nick Castellanos, and an RBI single by Bryce Harper. And now we go to the bottom of the 4th. Phillies have a 7-1 lead. Okay. Well, so far you can't be mad at the offense tonight. They're doing pretty much what a lot of people have asked for. So that's all you can ask. Okay. All right. I'm going to take a very quick step off, but I'll be right back in just a few moments. We're going to take our very first break of the game. But I love you guys, and we'll be right back. Okay. We're so close to getting 35 likes. We just need 2 more to hit the 35 mark. That's what Gabe just said. Please make sure that you go subscribe to Jiva Nudes, man. Drew Frowney. This is the graphic that they have. Oh, my gosh. Drew Smiley tonight allowed 7 earned runs and 9 hits in 3 2/3 of an inning on 86 pitches. The 7 earned runs is a season high for Drew Smiley. And that is so funny how they made that graphic. Drew Frowney with a frown. That's terrible. That's awful. Aaron Nola has been all smiles so far. Except for the solo homer that he allowed to Jared Young. Other than that, it's been pretty good. 4-5 and 6-2 up for Chicago. First pitch to Ian Happ is swung on and missed. Happ batting on the left side of the plate. The switch hitting outfielder for the Cubs. He's 0 for 1. The 0-1 pitch in the dirt. One ball, one strike. And the pitch just a hair above the strike zone. Happ is now 28 years old. Born on August 12th, 1994. He was born in Pittsburgh. The 2-1. Downstairs again for ball 3. The 3-1 delivery by Nola. Swing and a miss. Well, we threw a knuckle curve, and there was just no chance that Ian Happ was going to catch up to it. Dansby Swanson in the on-deck circle. He's up next. Nola trying to communicate with JT. Finally gets what he wants, the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. 95 miles per hour on the outside part of the strike zone. 4 Ks on the evening for Aaron Nola. It said it was 94, but it looked really quick. It looked really fast. I just got to say. Happ has gone down again for another strikeout. Swanson walked back into second. Here he comes, back to the plate. And the first pitch is a changeup inside. Swanson did walk in his first plate appearance. See, that snowman said something, but I'm going to check it after this pitch. Nola at the belt. Kick steals the pitch. Another changeup. And that time it is swung on and missed. Snowman says, gonna prep for tomorrow. Need to be fully prepared and organized. We talked about this afternoon. We did. And you don't want to put yourself in a position to fail. So, that's the last thing that you want to do. So, I can totally understand that. It's the last thing that you want to do. For anybody. In any job. The 1-1 delivery. Fly ball hit out to left field. Forget about that one. That one is gone. That got out here in a hurry. It's the second home run allowed by Aaron Nola tonight. Dansby Swanson goes yard. And first it was Jared Young in the third. And Dansby Swanson hits a laser out at Wrigley Field. Man, he just golfed that thing on out of here. That time it got over the NYU sign, and 3 people tried to catch it, but it went just out. It just went into the ball. It just went into the streets. Cody Bellinger is Nola's next victim. Another home run allowed by Aaron Nola this season. The 1-0. Grounded foul, as it actually just stayed right behind home plate. This is unbelievable. So it's 7-2. Forgot to mention that. Apologize. Waveland Avenue. Thanks. Nola in the stretch. It's fouled off. One ball, 2 strikes to Cody Bellinger. Nola kicks, fires. That pitch is slapped foul down the third base line. Bellinger, a 2-time All-Star, won a World Series ring with the LA Dodgers back in 2020. Also won the NL MVP in 2019 and the Rookie of the Year in 2017. Bellinger has to get a new bat, as I think he cracked it. Was born in Scottsdale, Arizona. His father actually played for the New York Yankees. The 1-2. Ground ball hit back up the middle for a base hit. Pache is running over towards the alleyway, and Bellinger will stay put at first. He thought about going over to second base, but Pache threw it right on in to Josh Harrison, and there's a one-out single. It's just so inconsistent with Aaron Nola. You just never know what you're going to get. He starts off so strong, and then he just has that one bad inning. And something is just not clicking. And I wonder if it's mental or if it's a combination of just fatigue or what. I don't know, but I'm just curious. Yan Gomes steps up to the plate. The first pitch is way off the plate. Gomes competed against the Chicago Cubs in the 2016 World Series. He was on the other side, though, and played for the Cleveland Indians. 1-0 pitch. Knuckle curve that was left up in the zone, and it's fouled off. Bellinger has to go back to first. Larry says, "Oh, it's mental." And I'm sure that that's what you think it is. I mean, it seems like it, but I can't make like any full assumptions, but I can definitely see a pattern for sure. 1-1. Nola kicks, steals, and the next pitch is outside again. Two and one to Yan Gomes, 35-year-old catcher. He's had a pretty good career. 2-1 delivery, grounded right towards the first base bag. The other way, goes out in the right field, though. Castellanos throws it over to second, and runners go from station to station. So it was hit over towards the first base side, but it was hit into the hole. And there is a one-out single. And I got to get better with those descriptions some of the time. It's just so quick, and you have to kind of make a decision, and it just takes practice. But Caleb Cotham's going to go out there to talk things over with Nola, and the conversation will be had on the mound with all the infielders and JT and Cotham. Nola again in another jam. So a solo homer by Swanson after Ian Happ struck out. Cody Bellinger singled, and now Yan Gomes singles. Larry says he doesn't do well from the stretch, and Tim says it could be the pitch clock. He's had issues with that this season. Yeah, but remember how, like, last year it was the 2 strikes for a little bit of time, and he just could not get batters out with 2 strikes? I feel like it's the same sort of thing. I was thinking at the beginning of the season that maybe, with him and Wheeler, because the miles were on the tires last year, because they went so deep, that maybe it was just rust because of the World Series run. But I don't know. Young comes back up. Nola kicks, steals, and Young tried to check his swing, and he did go. Jared Young hit the solo homer off of Nola back in the bottom of the third, the 0-1. Low and way inside. Larry says, he doesn't do well from the stretch either. No. Nope. One and one to Young. Nola in the stretch. Swing and a miss. Another changeup. Phillies up 7-2 in the bottom of the fourth with runners at first and second, 1 out. Jared Young at the dish. Nick Madrigal on deck. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nola kicks, fires, and the pitch is fouled off. That chef says glad that they didn't pay him. It's tough because if you're a Scott Boras client, you're going to try to do everything you can to get your money. The 1-2 by Nola. Just a hair down low. One with a changeup. Hasn't really thrown too many of those tonight. And it's even at 2-2. Nola looks back at second base. And kicks and fires the 2-2. Ground ball hit over to second base. The throw over to Trey Turner. There's one to throw back to first in time. A 4-6-3 double play. And Aaron Nola gets out of a jam. And Nola breathing a sigh of relief as the Cubs get one back on a solo homer by Dansby Swanson, but they leave 2 runners on. And now we go to the top of the 5th inning. Phillies have a 7-2 lead versus the Cubs. Okay. All right, let me take a quick step off, guys. I'll be right back in just a few moments. I need to stretch. All right, so I'll be right back. If you guys want to donate to the channel, feel free to leave a super chat if you'd like to. We had our first person do that last night. That was Rise and Rhino. Shout out to Rise and Rhino. I didn't shout you out last night because I didn't see that you sent me a super chat. So if you're on here right now, please, thank you so much for doing that. All right, I'll be right back in just a little bit. I need to stop talking. See you guys soon. Okay, here we go. Oh, boy. Josh Harrison will lead off the top of the 5th. It's 1-0. Wisniewski with the next pitch. It nearly hits Josh Harrison as he went with a sweeper. There's Aaron Nola. Back in the dugout. Was able to get out of a jam on a 4-6-3 double play, ground out. Here's Josh Harrison as he lifts that one high and deep out to left field. That's going back to the track to the wall, and it is gone. How about Josh Harrison with his 2nd home run of the season? The long ball has been carrying tonight for both teams. It's the 5th home run of the ball game. And the Phillies lead it 8-2. Another pitch that was down the middle of the plate, and it hit right in front of the DraftKings scoreboard electronic sign. And here's Edmundo Sosa with the 1st home run of the ball game. That was back in the 2nd inning. And he takes a sinking fastball at 92. Phillies lead it 8-2 in the top of the 5th. The 0-1. High hopper hit back over to third base. Madrigal throws over to first on the run, and it's in time. And Sosa is out by at least a half a step. Harrison turned on a fastball and just crushed that baseball out to left field. And it hit the DraftKings electronic sign. Nope. Christian Pache now is the next batter to come up. Wisniewski still on the bump. Pache takes that one inside and high. The 1-0 delivery, it's at the knees for a called strike, painted perfectly on the lower third of the strike zone. 1-1, Wisniewski fires away, and Pache fouls it off. Got in on the hands, and Pache was able to make some contact with it and foul it right towards the backstop. What's up, Megan Figueroa? What's up, Izzy? How we both doing tonight, guys? 1-2, Wisniewski fires again, and Pache lays that one off and says no thank you. It went into the dirt. Wisniewski, well, time is called by Pache as Wisniewski was trying to start his windup, and Pache was able to call time. 6 home runs in this ball game for both teams combined. Phillies lead it 7-2, or sorry, 8-2 now. The 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and Pache strikes out on a fastball at 96 miles per hour. That's the first strikeout of the game for Wisniewski. That's actually the first time that the Phillies struck out since the first inning. That was when JT Realmuto was up. 2 outs, nobody on for Kyle Schwarber, who takes a sinker at the knees for a called strike. Wisniewski already with 19 pitches in 1 1/3 of an inning. The 0-1 fouled back. Boy, that is a beautiful view of Wrigley Field. A beautiful aerial shot. The 0-2, way upstairs. Schwarber's 30 years old. He's a 2-time All-Star. Was drafted in the first round, the 4th overall pick of the 2014 draft. The 1-2, way outside. Sorry, the stream froze for a sec. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Kyle Schwarber. Nobody on, 2 outs in the top of the 5th. The pitch fouled back again on a 95-mile-per-hour sinker. Good job by Schwarber to just stay alive. And even though he's a little bit late on some of these pitches, he's making some really good contact. And it looks like he's taking a lot of better swings. 2-2 delivery. Upstairs again. And he works his way up to a full count. Turner waits in the on-deck circle. He's 1 for 3 today with a single and a run scored. Kyle leads the Phillies in home runs. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Wisniewski in the stretch. The pitch. Hopper hit back up the middle, fielded by Nico Horner, throws over to first on the run, in time to get Schwarber. And the side is retired. The Phillies get another run, though, on a solo homer by Josh Harrison. And they lead it 8-2 as we go to the bottom of the 5th at Wrigley Field. Okay. Flyers just drafted some guy named Bonk. Huh. I wanted to actually go on Friday to talk about the draft. That's really weird. All right, guys. Hope you're all doing well, and I hope you're all having yourselves a great night. All right, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button as well, and be sure that you Be sure that you hit the bell icon too, man. We're working our way up to 610 subscribers. Please make sure that you guys hit that red subscribe button and feel free to support the channel. Hockey names, am I right? I know, that's crazy. I'll have to look into some research as to who we just drafted. I'll be honest with you, I really haven't even had time to study the draft. I just haven't. So. Kathy Ann says, wow, a home run fest. Yes. 6 home runs combined between both teams. We love to see that. It was sort of the opposite last night because the wind was blowing in from the outfield, and now the wind is blowing the ball out. So, Tim says he's a big defensive guy. Interesting. All right, Aaron Nola goes out there for his 5th inning of work. He's allowed 2 earned runs, but that hasn't really told the full story. Madrigal takes it all the way for a called strike. He's given up 2 solo homers and did get out of a jam on a hard hit ground ball that ended up being a 4-6-3 double play to end the bottom of the 4th. 0-1. Hopper hit back over to third base. So throws on the run over to first. And Bohm has to dive, but his foot was off the bag. He tried to dig it out, and Bohm just could not keep that right foot on the bag, and that most likely will be an E5, or it could be an infield single, too. I'm interested to see how they're going to score this. But Sosa had to make the play on the run. He threw it in foul territory on the third base side, and Bohm had to stretch out, and he tried to dive for it because the throw was really, really short. And I don't know what they're going to rule it as right now, but nonetheless, the runner is on at first base. And JT will go out there with Nola to call for time and just talk things over. Let's see. Let's see if Bohm's foot was actually on the bag. From that angle, yep, it was off. From that angle, it was off. And Bohm also tried to swipe Madrigal. But Rob Thompson is going to challenge this. Huh? What's up, Kathy Ann? Thanks for coming on here as always. Okay, so it's ruled as a single right now? Okay. All right, so they are reviewing this to see if Bohm's foot was on the bag, and it didn't look like it was. So Thompson, they're actually still reviewing this. I'm surprised it's actually taken them this long to even just look at it. There's Jose Navas and Mike Machlinsky who have the earpieces in. Huh. So Nola does have 76 pitches. As of right now, Madrigal's hit is ruled as an infield single. Alrighty. So the call is confirmed, I believe. I thought I saw them take the earpiece off, but they haven't showed it. They haven't showed them just yet. But it's 8-2 Philadelphia in Chicago. And now the earpiece is off, so let's see what the call is. The runner's ruled safe. So Rob Thompson loses the challenge, and the call does stand. Would have been a tough play for Edmundo Sosa regardless because he tried to make the throw while he was in foul territory towards third base, and he had to throw it on the run. But it would have been a bang-bang play. Mike Tauchman comes up. He's 0 for 2 today, and he lines this one past the diving stop of Harrison into right field, and runners are going to be at the corners. Castellanos throws it towards Trey Turner, and Madrigal goes over to third. And the Cubs trying to answer back. And now if you're Rob Thompson, you have to wonder if you're at least going to get somebody loosened up in the bullpen. Another base hit allowed by Aaron Nola. Tauchman was able to sneak that one through the hole into right field. And the next victim will be Nico Horner. Still nobody out in the bottom of the fifth. Hoerner's 1 for 2. He singled in the third. He's batting on the right side. Nola kick steals, and the first pitch is way up high, a 91-mile-per-hour sinker. Good thing that the Phillies offense has provided a lot of runs today, because the offense overall, over the last week or so, has been a little bit streaky, to say the least. Nola gets the signs, kicks, fires, and it's taken all the way for a called strike at the knees. One and one to Nico Hoerner. Nola gets ready to throw it, and here it comes. It's fouled off. Nico Hoerner's 26 years old, born in Oakland, California. He played college baseball at Stanford University and was selected in the first round of the 2018 MLB draft by the Cubs. He's 1 for 2 today. The 1-2 pitch. Check swing. Did he go? First base umpire says no. Mike Machlinski, right in front of first base coach Mike Napoli. Lucky play is here. What is up? 2 balls, 2 strikes to Nico Hoerner. Nola kicks, fires, and it's laid off again as it was wide and downstairs. Christopher Morel, the Phillies killer, waits on deck. He's 0 for 6 in this series so far, and tonight he's 0 for 2. Payoff pitch coming up. Fans starting to clap along here. Nola fires the payoff pitch. Line drive foul down the third base line. Oh, man, that was a hard shot. So Hoerner was drafted in 2018, but then made his major league debut in 2019 with the Cubs. Payoff pitch again by Nola, and it's inside for ball 4, and it'll load the bases with nobody out in the bottom of the 5th. I haven't seen anybody getting loosened up in the bullpen, but Rob Thompson and Caleb Cotham have some thinking to do. There's still nobody out, and now the bases are loaded for the Cubs. And time is called as Christopher Morel is next. Nola does have 84 pitches. So in case you're just joining us, as we have a timeout on the mound, the Phillies have an 8-2 lead. They struck first in the top of the second thanks to a 2-run homer by Edmundo Sosa and a 3-run homer by Nick Castellanos. The Cubs would then get one back in the bottom of the third on a solo homer by Jared Young. Then the Phillies would get 2 on an RBI bloop double by Nick Castellanos and an RBI single by Bryce Harper. And then Dansby Swanson would hit a solo homer in the bottom of the 4th inning, and the Phillies would get one back on a Josh Harrison solo home run in the top of the 5th. Everybody goes back to their spots. First pitch to Christopher Morel coming up. Here it is. It's on the outside corner. Looked like it was a little bit off the plate, and Morel shrugs it off. So Nola gets the call there. Hoerner at first, Tauchman at second, and Madrigal over at third. Nobody out in the bottom of the 5th. Morel up. The 0-1 swing and a miss. A 93-mile-per-hour fastball as Nola decided to climb the ladder. Morel has not hit a grand slam this season. 0-2. Nola looks back to second. The pitch in the dirt and outside, and you don't want to play with fire against Christopher Morel. Matt Strahm is getting loosened up in the bullpen as he's the only one out there warming up. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Christopher Morel. Base is juiced in the bottom of the 5th. Nobody out. Phillies up 8-2. Nola against Morel. The pitch. just below the knees. Oh, my goodness. If that was maybe even an inch higher, it would have been called a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Crowd waiting to erupt. Phillies trying to silence the crowd. The pitch to Morel. Laid off again, and what was an 0-2 count is now a full count to Christopher Morel. And fans are starting to stand up. You just can't be playing around with pitches here. But you also don't want to give him a fastball or anything easy. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. Bases loaded in the bottom of the 5th. Nobody out. The 3-2 pitch. Outside and low for ball 4. It's an RBI walk for Christopher Morel. The bases still remain loaded. Madrigal comes in to score, and Rob Thompson still stays put, and Cotham, I believe, will go out there to talk to Nola again. This is starting to get ugly. With the bases empty this season, opponents are hitting 188 against Aaron Nola. And with runners on, the batting averages are higher. Hitters are hitting 288 against Aaron Nola with 8 homers. And Cotham will go out there to talk things over with Nola as Ian Happ is the next batter to come up. There's still nobody out. So Madrigal came in to score the run on the RBI walk by Christopher Morel. So Morel's at first, Horner's at second, and Tauchman now is at third. It's musical chairs. Ian Happ comes up. This season he is 2 for 4 with the bases juiced with 5 RBI. It's 8-3 Philadelphia. First pitch, ground ball, ricocheted off the glove of Nola, and there's only going to be a play over to first as Harrison fields it and throws over to first in time. It's an RBI ground out, though. Great awareness by Josh Harrison as Nola tried to play it off of a bounce. It bounced off the top of his glove. Harrison was right behind him, was able to field it cleanly, and now there's runners at second and third with 1 out. It's an 8-4 lead for Philadelphia as the Cubs cut the deficit in half. And here's Dansby Swanson, who drills that first pitch out to right field, but thankfully it is a foul ball. Dansby homered his last time up. It's his 9th home run that he hit of the season. He's driven in 35 runs. The 0-1. Ground ball. That time it's hit back to Nola, and Nola has the third base runner in a run down here. And Sosa gets the ball, and he's going to tag out the runner. And now runners will be at second and third. A great play by Aaron Nola to get the runner out at third base. So Swanson goes into second, and Morel goes over to third. And there's 2 outs. A bouncer hit back towards Aaron Nola, and Nico Horner was caught like a dead fish as Sosa ran and made the tag, but Nola, great awareness as he went over towards the third base side, and there was not much that he could do. So Morel's at third, and Cody Bellinger is up next. With 2 outs now. First pitch to Bellinger. He tried to swing for the fences, and he missed it by a mile. So just to be clear, that goes down as a ground out. That's a 1-5. That is a 1-5-2 fielder's choice. Not something that you see every day. No balls, 1 strike to Bellinger. Phillies up 8-4 as the Cubs got 2 back in this inning so far. In the bottom of the 5th, 2 outs, the 0-1 in the dirt. Bellinger's 1 for 2. Just came back from the injured list not too long ago. He has 7 home runs and 22 RBI. 1-1. And the pitch by Nola. Wide. Nola has not gone to that changeup that much tonight. And it's 2-1. The pitch popped up, and Bellinger slams the bat down as it's hit towards the right behind the mound, and Trey Turner gets underneath it, calls everybody off, and makes the catch. And the Phillies do get out of the inning, but the Cubs get 2 back on an RBI walk by Christopher Morel and an RBI ground out by Ian Happ. It's 8-4 as we go to the top of the 6th. A 1-6-3 out. A 1-4-3. It was 1-4-3 because it went to Josh Harrison. So, yeah, followed by a 1-5-2. I know, it's crazy. That is really crazy. All right, Bellinger pops out to shortstop. So 7 men came up to the plate for Chicago, and you have to believe that that's going to be it for Aaron Nola. Oh, boy. We'll talk about tomorrow night after the Phillies game is done. Okay, even though it's going to be late. We're just going to do our Phillies series recap right after the game. And we're not even going to take calls. Well, we'll decide. But yes. That was really bizarre. All right, we go to the top of the 6th inning. What time is it? It is 10:04. So we're probably going to have a late one. We're already almost 2 hours into this game. So, Phillies lead it 8-2 as we go to the top of the 6th. Today is Wednesday, June 28th. I hope you're all doing well, and I hope you're all having yourselves a great night. Please make sure that you like and subscribe. Algo people, do your thing. We need you. We definitely need you for sure. Did I say 8-2? I meant to say 8-4. I hope I said 8-4. Ranger was wheeling and dealing last night. And he pitched really, really well. Here's Trey Turner as he pops this one up out to shallow left field. Swanson backs up onto the outfield grass and makes the catch. 1 pitch and Trey Turner is out. So there is a quick out to start off the 6th. Wisniewski out there for his 3rd inning of work as David Ross decides to stay put with him. Here's Nick Castellanos, the former Chicago Cub. Spent about half a season with them after getting traded by the Tigers. Takes the first pitch inside and low. He's 2 for 3 today. He scored 2 runs, hit a 3-run homer, and has 4 RBI. The sweeper is inside, and the count is 2-0. The 2-0 delivery, swing and a miss. The sweeper was downstairs. The 2-1. At the knees for a called strike. So Castellanos was ahead in the count, and now the count is tied up. If you just subscribed to my channel, make sure that you shout yourself out so that way I can shout you out. The pitch. Downstairs again and way inside. Castellanos leads the Phillies in hits. He has 92 on the season. Bryson Stott with 87. Nick's batting average is at .313 as well coming into today. Payoff pitch. Fly ball hit out to left field. It's going back to the track to the wall, and Happ leaps up and makes the catch. Right in front of the ivy. What a catch by Ian Happ. He was playing in, and he had to go back, turn over his left shoulder, and make the catch. And there's 2 away. Harper comes up, hits that one back up the middle, played on a couple of ops by Swanson, and the throw over to first is in plenty of time, and Harper is out, and the side is retired. 1-2-3 inning for the Cubs. And it's time to go to the bottom of the 6th. The Phillies have an 8-4 lead in Chicago. Yan Gomes will lead things off when the Cubs and Phillies return. Okay, I'm going to take one more quick step off really quickly, but I will be right back in just a few moments. Stick around. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back soon. Okay, here we go. I have to be sure that I give McJagger Guano a shout out for subscribing to the channel. I got the notification on my phone. McJagger Guano, thank you so much. Welcome on into the play-by-play with JJ family. All right, Phillies have an 8-4 lead, as I mentioned. JL says, go Braves. Hello, Pure Adrenaline Sports sent me again. What's up, Thomas, man? Thanks for coming on here. I saw you pop in the other day, too. Thanks for all the love and the support. Rising Rhino's here. What is up, Rising Rhino? Thank you for the super chat. Thank you. I feel awful that I didn't get to thank you last night for it because I didn't see on Restream that I got a super chat. So I've been checking on YouTube just to make sure that if I do get one, that I get notified about it. So, thank you. All right, 1 ball, 1 strike. In case you're wondering, Matt Strahm is out there for the bottom of the 6th, and Aaron Nola's day is done. It was not a good start by any means. And Strahm goes out there. He has a 4.01 ERA in 49 innings of work, 62 Ks and 13 walks allowed. The pitch. It's taken at the knees for a called strike. So 7, 8, and 9 are due up for the Chicago Cubs in this bottom of the 6th inning. Phillies have an 8-4 lead. The 1-2. Ground ball hit over to third base. Played on the hop by Sosa. The throw across the diamond is in time, and Gomes is out. Nice play by Edmundo Sosa, who threw a great strike over to first base. And there's one away. He's had a lot of action over at third base tonight. But he's doing a good job for the most part. Super chat to USD. JJ's on a mission to 1K. Oh, thanks, dude. You're so nice. You really are. Thank you. Alrighty. We have a pinch hitter coming up for the Chicago Cubs as Amaya is due up. No balls, 1 strike, and the pitch. A slider at the knees for a called strike. Miguel Amaya has 11 hits and 41 at-bats. He has a .268 average, 2 homers, and 7 RBI. As he pinch hits for Jared Young. The 0-2, swing and a miss. And Matt Strahm gets the second out of the inning. Hey, JJ, congrats on monetization. Keep grinding, brother. Thanks, dude. I appreciate it, man. I really do. 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th inning. And Nick Madrigal is due up. Thanks, Ryzen Rhino, for the donation. Seriously, I really do appreciate that, man. Means a lot. That was really nice. All right, 2 outs. Nobody on. Madrigal comes up, and he takes the first pitch way upstairs. Katrina, what's up? Thanks for coming on here. Pure Adrenaline Sports sent you too. Wow. You guys are incredible. I love you all so much, man. The 1-0 fouled back towards the screen. If you just subscribed, please sure that you shout yourself out. Katrina, if that was you, I really appreciate it. If that was anybody else, I still obviously appreciate it. Madrigal today's 1 for 2. Nobody on, 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. The pitch, a fastball at 95 on the gun. It was outside, and Madrigal went fishing after it, and the count is 1-2. Nobody on, 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Nick Madrigal, who had an infield single his last time up in the bottom of the 5th. 8 seconds left on the pitch clock. Strahm with 10 pitches in this inning so far. The 1-2. Just a tad bit inside. He went with a slider that time at 85. And that broadcast booth looks unbelievable. That looks awesome. The 2-2. Fly ball hit out to left field, and it hits off the top of the Toyota scoreboard. Madrigal will go into second base. He rounds second, but Schwarber gets over there, throws it towards Trey Turner, and it's a 2-out double by Nick Madrigal. Hit off the Toyota sign, not the Toyota scoreboard. But nonetheless, Madrigal gets his second hit of the night. Mike Tauchman will step up to the plate. Madrigal started off the rally in the bottom of the 5th with the infield single, and then Tauchman would get a single off of Nola right after that. Strahm kicks, fires, and it's outside and low. Ryzen Rhino says, did you watch the large Marge clip? No, I didn't get a chance to do that. I was actually going to do that tonight and then tell you about it tomorrow. If you guys are new to the channel, as time is called, I want to thank you all so much for being here. Please make sure that you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button as well. The first base umpire, Jose Navas, is coming in to talk things over with the home plate umpire, but now even the second base umpire, Quinn Wolcott, came in for a second just to go over something. Don't know what it was. But it's 1 ball, no strikes. But yes, please make sure that you like and subscribe, guys. 1-0. Strahm kicks, fires, and is outside and in the dirt. Strahm wearing his bright blue glove. As always. Definitely catches your attention. A 2-0. Fouled off. The Cubs are 37-40 on the season. They're 20-18 at home. And they've been playing really good baseball as of lately. 2 balls, 1 strike. Strom looks back at second, fires to home plate, and it's fouled off again. Phillies, on the other hand, they're 41-37, and they continue to be red hot over the last 2.5 weeks or so. They're 20-23 on the road, but they have won at least 6 road games in a row. 2-2 to Mike Tauchman. Strom at the belt, and here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. A slider at 83 that was at the knees. And the side is retired. Time to go to the top of the 7th inning. Phillies have an 8-4 lead. And JT will lead things off when the Phillies return. Alrighty. So for those of you that are new to my channel, alright, this is what we're doing right now. So it is time to go to the top of the 7th inning, which means it is time for our Phillies trivia question of the day. Alright, so I will reveal the answer. First of all, I will ask you the question. And if you guys want to give your answers down below in the comments section or in the live chat, please feel free to do so. But I will not reveal the answer until we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. But I will repeat the question 3 times right now after I state the I will state the question and then repeat it 2 times, and then when we go to the bottom of the 7th, I will do that. Okay. So, on this day in history, on June 28th, okay, it was 2005. Phillies, they won 14-6 against the Montreal Expos. Which Phillies player hit the cycle that day? Okay, comment your answer down below. Phillies had a 14-6 win against the Montreal Expos. And which player hit the cycle? That was actually in 2004. Which player hit the cycle that day for the Phillies? I won't give you any hints or anything like that. Tell me which Phillies player hit the cycle on June 28th of 2004 in a 14-6 win against the Montreal Expos. As we go to the top of the 7th inning, JT Realmuto grounds this one over to third. Played on the ground by Madrigal, and he throws across the diamond in time, and there's 1 out. JT continues to hack at that first pitch. And Wisniewski still out there for his 3rd frame of work. All right, Alec Bohm is up next. He's 2 for 3 today. And he takes the first pitch way up high for a ball. Bohm singled in the 2nd, singled in the 3rd, and flew out to center field in the 4th. The 1-0. Fouled back again. One ball, 1 strike. Wisniewski kicks, steals, and it gets jammed on the hands of Bohm, but he luckily fouls this one out of play. Alec Bohm has been taking a lot of better at-bats lately. He started off the season very hot for the Phillies and then cooled off for quite a little bit. And then he went on the injured list, and he's been doing pretty good since he came back. The 1-2 on the outside corner, called strike 3. A tough pitch, and you can make the case that maybe it was a ball, but Bohm gets called out on strikes, and he will go back to the dugout. Okay. All right. How about the Diesel postgame concert? That's going to be Saturday. I didn't know that. Shaq's playing on Saturday after the game. Josh Harrison is due up next. First pitch is on the inside corner for a called strike. The second pitch by Wisniewski is just below the knees for a ball. Harrison homered his last time up, and he's 1 for 3. Hit the solo homer in the 5th and has scored 2 runs today. And he hits this one out to left center field, and it will drop in for a base hit in front of Happ. Happ almost bobbled it, and Josh Harrison gets on with a bloop single. It's his second hit of the ball game. Phillies have been making some good contact, and some of the hits haven't really been the hardest hits in the world, but they're just putting it in the right spots. And then they're also hitting home runs, too. Oh, by the way. A 2-out bloop single by Josh Harrison. Edmundo Sosa steps into the batter's box. First pitch. Tapper. It's hit over towards the third base side and foul. Larry says Harrison is saving his job over in the infield. Yeah, guess you're right. 0-1 to Sosa. The pitch. Taken all the way, a sweeper at 83 for a called strike. Sosa's 27 years old. He's from Panama. The 0-2 in the dirt. Played for the Cardinals in 2018 and 2019, but then missed the 2020 season. Didn't want to play because of the pandemic and opted out. Then played for the Cardinals for 2 more seasons and got traded to the Phillies, and this is his second season with Philadelphia. The 1-2 pitch. Popped up out to shallow center field. It's going to be a tough play. Horner calls off everybody, and he makes the catch on the outfield grass. He had to call off Swanson and the center fielder, Mike Tauchman. So the side is retired, and we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. No runs, 1 man left, and the Phillies have an 8-4 lead in Chicago as it's time to stretch. Okay. Here we go. I am going to repeat the question one more time for those of you that missed it. All right, so today is June 28th, okay? And on this day in 2004, the Phillies had a 14-6 win against the Montreal Expos. Who hit the cycle for the Phillies that day? That is the question. I will give you guys 10 seconds. And if you guys haven't done so already, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button too. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alrighty. So let's reveal what people have had to say. Let's hear from the people. From you guys, the people. Alright, so we got our first one that I saw. I have to scroll all the way down. Apologize about that. First one that I saw was Pat Burrell. That's what I remembered. How about Jimmy Rollins? How about John Kruk? What about Bobby Abreu? Nope. Chase Utley? All right, and Larry's answer was David Bell. That is correct. And the reason why he remembered it was because JT Realmuto just hit the cycle for the Phillies a couple of weeks ago, and the last Philly to do so was right before JT was David Bell. So, and he remembered I said that. So that is the answer. That's what he did on this day in history. Nico Horner's 1 for 2. He singled and walked. David Bell, of course, now the manager of the Cincinnati Reds. And Horner flies this one out to right field. Castellanos goes over to his right, and he makes the catch for the first out in the bottom of the 7th. Matt Strahm is out there for his second inning of work. and already has 19 pitches. So Larry was correct. Congratulations, Larry. You win another piece of Phillies trivia. Awesome job. He knew it. That's how you know Larry has been a big supporter of the channel, for sure. Okay. So, Horner flies out to right. Here's Christopher Morel, who had the RBI walk back in the 5th. The pitch. Inside. Count is 1-1. Phillies have had some history with the Chicago Cubs, for sure. The pitch again. Swing and a miss. Remember, they had that 23-22 win. It was back a long time ago. That was one of the most historic games of all time. Strom gets set, kicks, fires, and it's up high. Also, Mike Schmidt had 4 home runs against the Cubs. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Christopher Morel strikes out again. That's the second time today that he's gone down on strikes. 2 away in the bottom of the 7th inning. I liked how he went with the fastball there and didn't try to do too much with it, but he put it in a good spot. It wasn't low, and it wasn't over the middle of the plate. It was in a really good spot. It was on the upper third of the strike zone, and Morel seems to be struggling with that part of the strike zone. Here's Ian Happ. It's an 0-1 count. Strom kicks, fires, and it's fouled off. Phillies are 11 games behind the Atlanta Braves in the NL East, and they're 4 games behind the Marlins for second place. Strom at the belt, and the pitch is fouled off. 23-22 at Wrigley in 1979. Did I say the 1980s? I apologize about that. I really do. The 0-2. A called strike, 3 at the knees. And that is a strike 3 called. Back-to-back Ks for Matt Strom. Side is retired, and we go to the top of the 8th. Phillies have an 8-4 lead. And I got to stop screwing those things up, because that pisses me off. Because I knew it was 1979. And I said the wrong thing. Thanks for correcting me, though. Schmidt's 4 home run game was in the 70s. Yeah, I didn't say that it was in the 80s. That I didn't say. All right. Top of the 8th inning we go, which means it's now time to take a look at those out-of-town scoreboards. Okay. So let's do that. If you guys are brand new to my channel, my name is Jason Joseph. This is Play by Play with JJ. Please make sure that you hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and hit the bell icon too, so that way you know when I upload. Reds and Orioles. It is 8-7 in the top of the 10th inning. Miami Marlins, they are currently winning 5-1 in the bottom of the 8th against the Red Sox in Boston. The Reds have an 8-7 lead in the top of the 10th against the Orioles. Astros and Cardinals. The Astros came back. They were down by a lot in this game, but they have a 10-7 lead in St. Louis in the bottom of the 8th inning. Rangers have extended their lead 10-0. There's 2 outs in the top of the 9th, and the Tigers are down to their final out. Phillies playing against the Cubs. They're up 8-4. Guardians and Royals. That has been a slaughter, as the Guardians have a 14-1 lead in the bottom of the 7th. Dodgers out at Coors Field. They're winning 6-4 in Denver, Colorado. The Chicago White Sox playing in Anaheim. They have a 5-2 lead in the top of the fourth. It's the bottom of the fourth in Oakland as the Yankees are up 1-0. And then the Diamondbacks have a 1-0 lead against the Tampa Bay Rays in the bottom of the fourth as Christian Pache drills this one over to third base. The throw over to first, though, is in plenty of time. Also, we got some final scores for you. So the Braves shut out the Twins 3-0. The Nationals won 4-1 against Seattle, and the Pirates had a 7-1 victory against the San Diego Padres, who continue to fall. Blue Jays win 6-1 against the Giants. I'm sure my dad's not happy about that. And the Brewers beat the Mets 5-2 at Citi Field. So there's one out in the top of the 8th inning as Christian Pache grounded out to third. And there's one gone. Schwarber comes up, and he takes that one outside. One ball, no strikes. Wisniewski kicks and fires, and it's fouled off behind the plate. Oh, boy. The 1-1. Fouled off. It's been a little bit of time since Kyle Schwarber's homered. But it hasn't been that long. It hasn't been as long compared to Bryce Harper's, obviously. The pitch, way outside and high for ball 2. Last time Schwarber did homer was on the 18th of June. So it's been 9 days. The pitch. Wide again, and the count is full. Hayden Wisniewski threw it off the plate. One out in the top of the 8th. Wisniewski in the stretch. And the payoff pitch. It's a strike 3 called at the knees, and Schwarber knew it as soon as he was caught looking. And he started to go back to the dugout. And there's 2 outs. It's the second time today that Kyle Schwarber has struck out looking. So he's now 1 for 5 on the evening. 2 away, and Trey Turner takes a pitch that was above the strike zone, but it's in there for a called strike. That is a long tube. Oh my gosh. I don't know how many feet that is. That is incredible. Pour the beer down, and that's what you do. The 0-2 outside for ball 1, and look at all those cans. They're stacking all those. Oh wait, those are all cups. I thought that maybe that was you know how you drink beer like out of a little tube and try the shotgun. That's what I thought it was. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch to Turner. Right at the knees on the inside corner. It caught Trey Turner looking, and we go to the bottom of the 8th. Phillies still have an 8-4 lead against the Cubs. But they tried to add on some more runs and weren't able to do so. I literally lost the word. I don't know why I couldn't think of it. And now I'm probably going to have to look it up. Yeah, it's the funnel. That's what I thought it was. The beer snake. Huh. Never seen anything like that. Is that an actual, Chicago thing? What's up, Tim? Thanks for coming on here. All right. Okay. Bottom of the 8th inning we go. Soto or Alvarez? That is the question. I don't know. That's a very good question. Reds are now up 10-7. That's what I do know. Eddie wants to know if I had mentors in my career. Of course, absolutely. I've had people that I still keep in touch with to this day that have really helped me during a lot of times in my life. And I don't forget about those people. I always try to acknowledge every single person. Even though I might not explicitly say their names all the time, I always remember and I always shout out those people that have helped me at different points in my life, whether it was during my career or during different phases of my life. Junior Marte's coming in. That's great. Great. The thing is that if I'm just going to say, if he gives up a couple of base runners, then Rob has to have a short leash on him. You know? That's all I'm saying. If you guys are brand new to my channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We got 27 people on here. We just reached 43 likes. I really appreciate that so much, guys. I really, really do. Did I miss any other donations? Okay. I did not. Good. I want to make sure that I don't miss anybody. All right, Marte has a 6.62 ERA in 17 2/3 of an inning, 19 strikeouts, 8 walks, 4 homers allowed, and Dansby Swanson, who did homer off of Aaron Nola, will take a glance at the first pitch, and it's inside. Michael Rucker, who pitched in last night's game, is getting loosened up in the bullpen, and he will pitch the 9th, most likely. 1-0. Swanson is 1 for 2. He also walked. Forgot to mention that as well. The pitch. Fouled off. So Drew Smiley started the game, and, well, it was a tough day at the office for him, for sure, just to say the least. The 1-1. It's at the knees for a called strike. Yeah, Gabe, I acknowledged him. You probably weren't here to hear it, but yes, I acknowledged him. Thanks again, Rising Rhino. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch by Marte off the plate for ball 2. No, you're good. You didn't know. I just wanted to let you know I told him. The 2-2. Hopper hit back over to shortstop. Turner has to throw it, and he just gets the runner out. Dansby Swanson by about half a step. There's one gone. Got to tell you, Luis Robert Jr. just hit another home run, and that is now the 5th homer that he's had over his last 5 games. He is on a tear right now. Cody Bellinger starting to hit the ball pretty well too. Takes the first pitch on the outside corner. The 0-1 on the outside corner again. No balls, 2 strikes to Cody Bellinger in the bottom of the 8th. Phillies lead it 8-4 with 1 out and nobody on. Bellinger is 4 for 12 over his last 7 days. The 0-2 upstairs and outside for ball 1. Who? Luis Robert Jr. for the Chicago Cubs, or for the Chicago White Sox, sorry. 1-2, and the next pitch, swing and a miss. 99 miles per hour on the gun. 2 up, 2 down in the bottom of the 8th. And Bellinger strikes out swinging. Yep, I got you. Jose Altuve just hit a 3-run home run about 20 minutes ago to give the Astros an 8-7 lead. And here's the first pitch to the next batter, to Yan Gomes. It's popped up out to right field. Got way underneath it. Castellanos finds it and makes the catch. And once again, we go to the top of the 9th as the side is retired. Phillies have an 8-4 lead, and they'll be right back in just a few moments. I'm going to take a very, very quick step off. I got to drink some water and just take a very quick rest, but I'll be right back, guys. Don't you guys leave. Don't go anywhere. Okay, nice. Here we go. Chaz and Tarante, thanks for coming on and subscribing to the channel, man. I appreciate that. Means a lot. Phillies lead at 8-4 as we go to the top of the 9th. It is now time for Nick Castellanos to come up, as Michael Rucker will make his 26th appearance. He has a 4.3 ERA in 29 innings. Pitched in last night's game as Castellanos takes the first pitch for a ball. It's really nice to see that Castellanos is swinging the bat really well. The 1-0. Low roller over the shortstop. Dansby, though, gets over to it and throws it over to first to get Castellanos out. It was a very slow game, all the way up until the bottom of the 5th inning, and it was like 10 o'clock as soon as we went to the 6th, and now we're already in the 9th. Bryce Harper takes the first pitch wide in this at-bat. Larry says bottom of the order, 6 for 16 today with 3 runs and 3 RBI. It's good. Thanks for spotting me there. The 1-0. Check swing. He went around, says the home plate umpire, Jose Navas. The pitch. Fouled off. Gabe says, wow, time flies. Well, when hitters are swinging that more pitches, then yeah, for sure. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and time is called as Rucker throws it up high, but it wouldn't have counted anyways. Harper is 1 for 1 against Michael Rucker. So he had a double. An RBI double it was. The pitch. Downstairs and way outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rucker kicks, fires, and it's wide and off the plate again. Jazz Chisholm just came back not too long ago, and he hit a solo home run tonight to give the Marlins a 5-1 lead. Payoff pitch. Foul ball, and it goes out of the glove of Gomes. Thank goodness. The payoff pitch coming up. Rucker kicks, steals, and Harper may have swung at ball 4, but it's fouled off, and it hit off the side of the net towards the third base side. Then hit the home plate side of the net, and Gomes was able to play it off of a bounce, but it's a dead ball, obviously. Full count, payoff pitch. There's a high fly ball, hit out to deep center field. It's going back to the track, and making the catch is Mike Tauchman. Man, Harper certainly wanted that, but it just died out in center field, and Tauchman caught it right on the track. Two away in the top of the 9th. Phillies do lead at 8-4. Next batter is JT Realmuto. First pitch by Rucker, a fastball inside. The 1-0 to JT, fouled off. JT did not get the start in last night's game, but tonight he's 0 for 3. And as I mentioned before, Michael Rucker did pitch in last night's game for the Cubs. He came on in relief for Jameson Taillon. He went 1 inning, only had 11 pitches, and did strike out a batter. 1-1 to Realmuto. 2 outs in the top of the 9th. Rucker kicks, steals, and it's outside. Up next is Alec Bohm, who struck out looking in his last at-bat. 2-1, foul ball. If the Phillies hang on, and if they do win this game, they'll be looking to try to get the sweep tomorrow. They will be playing at 8:05 once again. The 2-2. Fly ball hit out to right field, and it is hooking foul. And the count still remains at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. The pitch, another foul ball. So JT is battling here for sure. He swung at a curveball that was in the dirt, but it was a defensive swing, and got to give him some credit for staying alive. Two again. Breaking ball outside and low, and the count is full. JT has been a little bit more patient at the plate this time around, which is something that you want to see from the Phillies hitters regardless. JT coming in 6th on the team in hits. The 3-2. Line drive, caught it. Shortstop by Swanson, and the side is retired. Bottom of the 9th we go. Phillies trying to close this one out. Amaya will lead things off when the Phillies return, and the Cubs down to their final 3 outs. Okay. Great. Now the question is, who comes in for the 9th inning? If you were Rob Thompson, who are you putting in right now for the 9th? Are you going with Alvarado because he's had a little bit of rest? Or are you going with Craig Kimbrell? Rest Alvarado and Kimbrell? That's what Larry says. Are you going to put in Hoffman? Is that what you're going to do? I'm just curious. Answer down below. I want to hear from you guys. Because I'm curious. And also, guys, please make sure that you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel as well. This is probably the last time I'll be reminding you guys before the game is over. Unless I spoke too soon, which does happen. Larry says Cody. That's a joke. That was funny. All right, and also if you guys haven't done so already, feel free to leave a super chat and donate to the channel down below. During the All-Star break, I am going to come on here and we are going to have a conversation about what's to come in the future for this channel. Because we're going to start doing memberships and that type of thing. And that's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. That's it. Test making sure that I am alive, says Stream Elements. My gosh. Put in Ortiz or Vasquez, says Lucky Play. Okay. I wouldn't mind that. Cool. Yeah. Yep. We are going to start doing memberships and that type of thing. So, that's going to be really awesome. But we'll talk about that during the All-Star break. Okay. To everybody, at least. All right, Jose Alvarado comes in. Alvarado, it is not a save situation, but he is 6 for 8 in save opportunities this season. He does have a 1.61 earned run average in 22 innings this season. No, I know, Gabe. I know that's you. I know. Alrighty, Miguel Amaya will lead things off in the bottom of the 9th. First pitch by Alvarado, 97 inside and high. Amaya came in the pinch hit for Jared Young. That was in the bottom of the 6th. The 1-0 swing and a foul ball. Just hit the home plate, and JT has to call for time as he heads on over halfway between the mound and home plate, and he is down. Oh, man. Let's see what happened here. Oh, that's why. Oof. That has got to hurt right in the wickets. Right in the wickets. Oh, boy. Athletic trainers going out there along with Rob Thompson just to make sure that he's all right. That is not a comfortable feeling. So hopefully he's all right. Phillies, as I mentioned, will be taking on the Cubs tomorrow night at 8:05 p.m. Eastern Time for the series finale. JT's still down. And Rob Thompson still over there along with the athletic trainer, and that's not good. So we got hit by a foul ball. Right on the lower part. But now he does stand up, and he's trying to stretch it out, and he will take his glove, and he will still be behind the plate. Oh, boy. All right. So he will stay in the game. My gosh, what a game this is. The Baltimore Orioles just have the bases loaded now. So Alvarado will throw a pitch. There's Garrett Stubbs. He's in the dugout, and well, he will stay put for now. 1 ball, 1 strike to Amaya. They took a practice pitch, and JT seems to be okay right now. One and one. Alvarado kicks, fires, and he throws a cutter that's fouled off. One and two. Alvarado again kick steals, and this pitch is hit out to right field. It was laced into right field for a base hit. And Amaya goes opposite way and gets on with a leadoff opposite field single to start off the bottom of the ninth. My pen's running out of ink. Oh, nope, never mind. I jinxed it. Walker will be taking the mound for the Phillies tomorrow, and Kyle Hendricks will be on the hill for the Cubs. Nick Madrigal looks at the first pitch. It was above the strike zone, but it's called a strike. Nobody out in the bottom of the ninth. The leadoff opposite field single by Miguel Amaya. 0-1, the pitch. Way up high. 98 on the gun. Alvarado did struggle his last time out. He didn't come in during the 8th or the 9th. He actually came in during the 6th inning and gave up a couple of runs. The 1-1 fouled off. Gave up 1 earned run, 2 hits, 1 walk, and had 2 strikeouts. The pitch inside 99, and the count is even at 2-2. Nobody out in the bottom of the ninth. 8-4 Phillies lead. The pitch. Line drive in again into right field for another base hit. And Madrigal gets on with a single as Amaya goes over to second. So back-to-back opposite field singles into right field. How about Nick Madrigal with a 3-hit ball game? 2 singles and a double. And Alvarado looking very, very shaky as Trey Mancini will be introduced as a pinch hitter for Michael Tauchman. And the top of the lineup is due up. Phillies haven't even gotten the first man out yet. Runners at first and second. First pitch to Trey is inside and in the dirt. Mancini did go 0 in last night's game. He was the designated hitter. Tonight it was Jared Young. The 1-0. Inside again for ball 2. Mancini did get to face Alvarado when he was on the Rays. The pitch on the inside corner could have gone either way, but it's called a strike. The long ball has worked for the Phillies today as they've put up 8 runs. 2-1. Swing and a miss, but it gets away from JT Realmuto, and the runners are going to advance over to second and third. So Madrigal is at second, and Amaya is at third. It's a 2-2 count now. That'll be probably ruled as a pass ball. Still nobody out in the bottom of the ninth. If Mancini gets on, then the tying run will come up to the plate. The pitch fouled off. a dribbler that was hit towards the third base dugout. Alvarado is 28 years old. From Venezuela, the left-handed pitcher trying to strike out Mancini. He's at the stretch, the pitch, swing and a miss. And finally, the first out is recorded. He went up the ladder and threw a fastball and dared Mancini to go after it, and he did. Could not catch up to the high heater. Nico Hoerner, the next victim. Alvarado kicks, fires, swing and a miss. The cutter coming in at 95 miles per hour. It was in the dirt. It is so deceiving. How many people can say that they throw a 95 mile per hour cutter? Along with a filthy slider when it's on. The 0-1 by Alvarado. Another cutter at 96, but that time it's laid off. Kathy Ann says, oh my gosh, they are not seriously in danger of blowing a 4-run lead, are they? We hope not. 1-1. The next pitch, swing and a miss. 99 on the gun. Alvarado is yet to reach triple digits. Started off shaky after giving up 2 singles. He then struck out Mancini after the runners went over to second and third on a pass ball. The 1-2, and it hits Nico Hoerner, I believe. Nope, it actually gets away, and the runner comes in to score, Amaya. And going over to third base is Nick Madrigal. I thought maybe for a second that it hit Nico Hoerner in real time, but it didn't. So that's a wild pitch, and it's now 8-5, Philadelphia. They rule it as a foul ball. Did it hit the knob of the bat? Because I didn't see it become a 3-2 count. It must be a 3-2 count. The next pitch, down low. Nope, it's for ball 3. Okay. Hoerner against lefties, hitting .291. And against righties, he's hitting .278. Soto warming up in the bullpen. 3 balls, 2 strikes. To Nico Hoerner. Alvarado kicks, steals, and the pitch is fouled off. Thought maybe it hit Hoerner on the hands, but it didn't. I lost track of the count. That's what happened. Can't keep doing that. Time is called by the home plate umpire. Hoerner up, and Morel waits on deck. If Hoerner gets on, then Morel will represent the tying run. Big payoff pitch coming up. Alvarado gets the signs, kicks, fires the pitch. Fly ball hit out to center field. And Pache gets underneath it, and he makes the catch. Tagging up from third and coming in to score is Amaya, but he decides to stay put at third. It was a good throw by Pache. Couldn't tell if Amaya was going to test his throw or not. But he decided not to go, and there's 2 outs. And now Christopher Morel is up. And the Cubs are down to their final outs. It's 8-5 Philadelphia at Wrigley Field. And the pitch. Ground ball hit over to third base. Sliding stop by Sosa. Throws over to first in time. What a play by Edmundo Sosa. And the ball game is over. Some 9th inning dramatics here at Wrigley Field, but the Phillies hang on and win by a score of 8-5, and they win the series against the Cubs, and they'll look for the sweep tomorrow night. Phillies put up 8 runs today, and they hit 3 home runs, including a 2-run homer by Edmundo Sosa, a 3-run homer by Nick Castellanos, and a solo home run by Josh Harrison. They are now 17-5 over their last 22 games. And Aaron Nola did not have a good quality start whatsoever, but the Phillies offense, they really did everything that they could to give him some run support, and it worked. And the Phillies hang on and win by a score of 8-5. They get 8 runs on 11 hits. And that is going to do it. Good job by the Phils as they're now 42-37. Meanwhile, the Cubs fall to 37-41. And it's now 8 straight wins on the road for Philadelphia. I want to thank you all so much for coming on here. That is awesome. I hope you're all having yourselves a great night, and I hope you all have yourselves a great rest of your night. I love you all so much. Please make sure that you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. We'll be back on tomorrow night at 8:05 for the series finale. I'll catch you all tomorrow night. All right, I love you guys, and don't forget to also, if you guys would like to donate to the channel, feel free to leave a super chat. Thank you, Raz and Rhino, again for the donation. You did that last night, and you did it tonight, too. I really do appreciate that so much. All right, love you guys, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Peace out.